Welcome back, Fear Fiends. The post-apocalyptic showdown continues as zombies and vampire battle it out to find out who is the worst apocalypse. Well, Boris, last match was not without controversy. Like Count Orlok before them, the vampires from Buffy the TV series should, perhaps, been categorized as supernatural vampires and much further up the list.
While that has some merit, it was really their increased intelligence that allowed them to organize an effective counteroffensive against the zombies and was the deciding factor. But their demonic source should not be neglected in future listings.
And their opponents, the infected from Left 4 Dead, should have been much higher as one of the few zombie lores that actually makes fast infection and spread reasonable.
Rate of infection should indeed be given more weight in future listings.
Let's remind ourselves of the specifications of the reigning champions.
Strengths. Superhuman strength. Vampires possess immense physical strength, allowing them to easily overpower humans, lift heavy objects, and punch through walls. Enhanced speed and agility. They move much faster than a human, giving them superior reflexes and making them difficult targets to hit or escape from. Rapid healing factor. Vampires heal quickly from most conventional injuries, such as cuts, broken bones, and blunt trauma. Functional immortality. Once turned, they stop aging and are immune to conventional diseases and natural death, granting them potential eternal existence unless killed by specific means. Enhanced senses. Their senses of sight, smell, and hearing are significantly amplified, making them formidable hunters. Psychic abilities. Select vampires powerful. Older vampires can exhibit abilities like hypnotism, mind control, or telepathy. Memories and skills from when they were human. Vampires retain the memories, knowledge, and proficiencies they possessed in life, giving them a significant advantage in strategy, manipulation, or particular trades, e.g., Spike's poetry, Angel's human remorse. Ability to keep learning. Vampires can continue to acquire new skills, knowledge, and strategies over their extended lifetimes, adapting to new threats and technologies. Ability to coordinate with others to form effective teams. Weaknesses. Sunlight exposure. Direct sunlight is instantly lethal, causing the vampire to combust into dust. Staking. A wooden stake driven through the heart is immediately fatal, reducing the vampire to dust. Holy objects. Objects consecrated by faith, such as crosses or holy water, cause extreme pain and burning upon contact. No reflection or image. Vampires do not appear in mirrors, photographs, or video, making them easily identifiable. Lack of invitation. A vampire cannot enter a private dwelling, a house, apartment, or similar, unless explicitly invited inside by an authorized resident. Fire and explosives. Severe damage from fire or explosions can lead to incapacitation or death. Beheading and dismemberment. Complete separation of the head from the body is a lethal method of destruction. The human soul. Vampires are demonic entities and lack a human soul, which influences their morality and behavior, with the rare exception of those restored with a soul. Team. Other vampires, less powerful or less intelligent vampires often serve a dominant, older vampire, like the Master, Angelus, or Drusilla. Human worshippers/cults. Certain humans are drawn to the power or immortality promised by vampires, willingly aiding them as servants or sources of information. The Master's followers. Order of Aurelius, a specific, ancient cult of vampires and disciples who aim to usher in a demonic age. Specific demonic entities. Powerful demons or evil beings sometimes form temporary alliances with high-ranking vampires to achieve mutual goals, e.g., various demons aiding the mayor's ascension. Human henchmen/minions. Humans who are coerced, bribed, or mind-controlled into doing the vampire's bidding, especially during the day.
In the corpse blue corner from the game Dead Rising, are the infected. Boris, please give us the details of this opponent.
Strengths. Overwhelming numbers, the single greatest strength. Their sheer density in huge hordes, sometimes hundreds on screen, can quickly surround and overwhelm even a well-armed protagonist. Relentlessness. They are immune to pain, never tire, and are driven by a singular, persistent instinct to feed. Environmental camouflage. In a mall or city full of infected, they are difficult to fully clear, and their presence makes navigating small spaces dangerous. Source of combo weapons. Their high quantity means they can be used to repeatedly level up and test the player's most powerful, improvised weapons. Weaknesses. Slow movement and simple AI. The standard zombie is slow, easily outrun, and can be distracted by noise or light. Their reaction time is poor. Extreme vulnerability. They can be killed or maimed by almost any object, a baseball bat, a frying pan, a child's toy, or a blender. Fragile structure. Their decay often makes them structurally weak, leading to exaggerated gore and dismemberment with relatively weak attacks. Zombrex cure/management. For the recently infected, the anti-parasitic drug Zombrex can prevent a full turn into a zombie, providing a window for survival. Slow infection rate 2 to 6 hours minimum. The time for the standard infection to take hold gives survivors a critical window to find Zombrex or a cure. Team. The parasite/megavirus, the root cause of the infection that unites them and drives their hunger. It is the primary engine of the zombie apocalypse. Antagonistic human forces. Often, antagonistic groups like Fenetrans or military factions either created the zombies or attempt to weaponize/control the outbreak, indirectly assisting the zombie presence. The psychopaths, the human bosses, often use the distraction and chaos of the horde to execute their plans or prey on survivors, benefiting from the widespread chaos. Evolved/special infected, the various, faster, and more aggressive infected types that show up in later games act as powerful, coordinated support units for the standard shamblers.
So let battle commence.
So with a minimum infection rate of 2 hours and some taking as long as 24 hours, spread is slow.
So this would give the authorities and the vampires the chance to retaliate before the infection had spread too far.
Indeed, Doctor. This would allow a group of vampires to be dispatched quickly to an area to actively engage the infected creatures. They would use their enhanced senses and speed to locate the source, the Queen Wasps/Venetrans lab. They would quickly eliminate the few living, infected humans and focus on destroying the Queen Wasps and any Megavirus samples. Their greatest advantage is their unstoppable momentum and inability to be infected, allowing them to fight relentlessly without needing rest or worrying about bites.
While the vampires are immune to the infection itself, they have one massive, environment-specific vulnerability that could halt their mission, the sun. Time constraint, the vampires would have to work exclusively at night. This would give the parasite/outbreak 10 to 12 hours of downtime every day where the spread could continue unchecked, complicating a true extinguishment.
That is very true, Doctor. But as we saw last time, they are able to call upon humans to help support them. It would be reasonable that the humans would cordon off the infected area, preventing further growth. Once everyone in the area was infected, there could be no further growth. In fact, I am sure Wolfram and Hart would want to be involved in this in order to obtain the Megavirus for their R&D department and would happily use their connections to mobilize the military for the cordon, and with the vampires given status as a special forces unit skilled in this area.
That is an excellent point that brings in the powerful influence of Wolfram and Hart and the strategic element of human containment.
Given a military cordon, preventing growth, and the logistical and political support of Wolfram and Hart, eliminating the sun weakness, a team of Buffyverse vampires would not only contain the dead rising outbreak but extinguish it completely and quickly. They would have 24-hour, uninfectable access to a fixed-size horde, allowing them to systematically destroy the zombies, locate and eliminate the Queen Wasps, and destroy the Venetrans labs at the parasite's core. The only remaining threat would be the human psychopaths, the non-infected survivors, who the vampires would likely deal with swiftly and ruthlessly as part of their sanitation duties.
Surely it would make sense that the organization would have an international division monitoring world events so that they could choose to intervene if necessary.
That's very perceptive, Doctor. The Los Angeles branch was portrayed as the largest and most influential branch due to its proximity to the Hellmouth, making it a nexus of supernatural activity. However, the firm is explicitly described as having offices worldwide, including London, Rome, and many others. It is logical that these global offices report up to a central, high-level international strategy division or a global security council, often implied to be handled directly by the senior partner's highest agents. The Dead Rising scenario is a perfect example of an event that would trigger WNH's global monitoring and a possible intervention. In short, WNH would never pass up the opportunity to turn a dangerous biohazard into a proprietary biological weapon, ensuring their ability to cause the maximum amount of misery and chaos in the future.
Well, with allies like that and the abilities of vampires as well, it is very easy to stage an effective counteroffensive. So the Buffyverse vampires win again. Tune in next time to see if the zombies from The Crazies fare any better. Until then, stay scary.